And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Big USA South Conference matchup between the visitors from Pfeiffer and the Brevard College Tornadoes. Pfeiffer Falcons come into this matchup 5-5 overall, 1-4 in the USA South Conference. The Tornadoes 3-7 overall, 1-3 in the USA South Conference. So a critical matchup for these two squads as both look to get their second conference win of this young season. Tornadoes eager to get going here back at home at the Bosch. Now, one storyline we'll be following throughout this matchup are a couple of milestone watches. Bailey Lance, the senior libero out of Mills River, North Carolina, she currently sits at exactly 996 career digs. That means with just 4 digs, she will hit the 1,000th career dig mark. And that will make her just the 4th member of the 1,000 dig club at Brevard College all time in the NCAA era. So we'll be keeping a close eye on Bailey Lance in the dig department. Then we'll also be keeping a close eye on Logan Pretty in the assist department. She's sitting currently at 987 career assists with 13 more assists. She too will become a member of the 1,000, this time assist club. So a couple big opportunities to hit quadruple digits in career assist and career digs for Logan Pretty and Bailey Lance. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. Not far behind. This is probably a few matches away, but at this pace, she'll get it done before the end of the season, that's for sure. Senior Caitlin Presley is sitting at 955 career assists, so we'll continue to keep an eye on her as well. So great storyline there for some career statistics, and we'll have all the action between the Tornadoes and the Falcons coming up shortly.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
It's important to study English because language
history
It's the visitors from Pfeiffer, the Falcons, versus your Brevard College Tornadoes. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Falcons, number 4, Kylie Mayberry. Number 8, the libero, Gabby Edwards. Number 10, Morgan Schrader. Number 12, Faith Miller. Number 14, Maddie Henson. Number 22, Hayden McGrath. Number 26, Madison Tate. Head coach of the Falcons is Heather Schuck, assisted by Mona Reed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup for your Brevard College Tornadoes. Number 6, McKenna Parkins. Number 11, the libero, Bailey Lance. Number 12, Ashley Hoxett. Number 16, Logan Pretty. Number 18, Caitlin Presley. Number 20, Kendall Rockstad. Number 25, Jackson Tamicki. Tornadoes are under the direction of head coach Abby Pardee, assistant coach is Brittany Franks, and the athletic trainer is Noah Ryson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Good luck to both teams. Falcons and Tornadoes coming up next. And welcome back once again to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Glad you're able to join us for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Tornadoes taking on the visitors from Pfeiffer. The Falcons entering this match with a 5-5 overall record, 1-4 in the USA South. Tornadoes 3-7, 1-3 in the USA South. We mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, keeping a close eye on some individuals on the Tornado side, both Bailey Lance and Logan Pretty assisting, heading towards the assist 1,000 assist club. That's Logan Pretty. She's now sitting at 987. At 996 career digs is Bailey Lance, so we'll keep an eye on her as well. So some final substitutions as the liberos enter the contest. Some final preparation around the baseline area as well, and just about ready to go here. Both these teams hungry for their second win of conference play. And starting things off for Pfeiffer, Kylie Mayberry, junior setter, with the first serve of this contest. Dug up there by Presley, then Pretty sets up Presley, and the kill from Caitlin Presley. She's been doing that her whole career, the senior out of right here in Brevard, North Carolina, Brevard High School. And checking in one of those serving specialists, Caitlin Haggerty, the first serve of the match for the Tornadoes. Here come the Falcons. Attack there from Schrader. Then the Tornadoes with an opportunity, but it's long. That was Parkins on the attack. And the point will go to the Falcons. Point, Falcons. So second serve of the contest, it's Morgan Schrader. Hit there from Presley, blocked nicely by Faith Miller of the Falcons. And then that goes long, so the point will go to the Tornadoes. Point, Tornadoes. So Jackson Tamicki with her first service, starting middle blocker out of Brandon, Florida. Nice block there. The combination of Presley and also Kendall Rockstad to the finish from Rockstad. Point, Tornadoes. So Kendall Rockstad with the finish there. And just like that, it's 3-1 Brevard. And Tamicki will be on the service once again. Attack on the far side, nice block there. Parkins and Rockstad combining for that one. And then the finish there for the Tornadoes, like Parkins able to finish that one off. Point, Tornadoes. And Tamicki's service will continue, her third consecutive serve. Tornadoes with an early 4-1 lead, but that serve is going to be wide on this near sideline from our broadcast location. Point, Falcons. And that'll bring in Bailey Lance, the libero, back into the contest. Meanwhile, service for Pfeiffer. Nice dig there from Pretty. One of the longer rallies we've seen in this young contest. And that's going to go wide. The point's going to go to the Tornadoes. Point, Tornadoes. So that'll bring up Presley's service. Dug up there nicely by Haggerty. Lily White getting in on the action. There's Haggerty once again. That point's going to go to the Falcons. Point, Falcons. So Bailey Lance has one dig thus far, now 3 away from the 1,000 dig mark. Attack there from Parkins. Nice block. Once again, looks like Rockstad getting in on the action. Point, Falcons. Correction, point, Tornadoes. So that point's going to go to the Tornadoes ultimately, after the initial indication was point for the Falcons, and that'll set up a service for McKenna Parkins. Big time block there. Oh my, Kendall Rockstad. Point, Tornadoes. Big time block there from Rockstad. Meanwhile, Logan Pretty with 2 assists thus far. We're keeping an eye on her assist total as well as she creeps up to. Madison Halsey with her first service. And that's an ace for Halsey. Point, Falcons. Halsey is a transfer from another USA South Conference institution, William Peace. Opportunity here for Pfeiffer. Nifty little attempt there from Schrader. Nice dig from Presley, but that's going to be out of reach of Lance. Point Falcons. Point Falcons. So the Falcons have creeped back up to make this a 7-6 ball game. Set number one, just getting started. Two evenly matched teams. It's the report we got from both coaching staffs that this should be a tight one. Presley. Big hit there from Hoxett. That's a point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So big time hit from Ashley Hoxett. Junior outside hitter from just down the road, Balsam Grove, North Carolina. That'll bring up Bailey Lance. Tornadoes, ace! Point Tornadoes. So first ace of the contest for the Tornadoes. We've seen one from Pfeiffer. Now Bailey Lance going to do it again. Big hit there by Pfeiffer. Point Falcons. Looked like number 10, Morgan Schrader. One of the hardest hits we've seen thus far here in this first set. 9-7 your score, Pfeiffer on top. Presley keeping it alive. Here's Hoxett. Now here come the Falcons the other way. Big hit there. This time it's going to be long from Schrader. Point Tornadoes. Checking into the ball game now, Logan Pretty. So Pretty with the service here. 2 assists thus far. Parkins, Pretty, setting up Presley. And there's another assist for Pretty, setting up Presley nicely for the kill. Point Tornadoes. So just like that, Logan Pretty continues to creep up the charts. Point Tornadoes. So a couple nice back-to-back points for Brevard College with the Pretty service. Point Tornadoes. Timeout on the court. So nice little run there for the Tornadoes. 3 consecutive points with the Pretty service. All total a 4-point run. And a 13-7 lead here. Set number one at the Bosch. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, Logan Pretty, the hot hand so far. On this service alone, assist number 990 and 991 of her career. And Tornadoes on a bit of a tear here, now with a 6-point lead. Set number one, Parkins. Pretty. Here's Hoxett. And that's going to be another assist for Logan Pretty, folks. Actually, hold tight. I think we're going to replay this point because what happened was the Hoxett attack off a Pfeiffer player ends up ricocheting off the basketball backboard. Took a couple bounces behind the backboard and ruled that we'd play this point over again, and actually goes in Pfeiffer's favor. Point Falcons. So what we thought was another assist for Pretty and another point for the Tornadoes turns into a point for the Falcons after the Tornadoes had opened up the largest lead of the match for either side. Lead now 5. Parkins. Pretty. Here's Presley. Great dig there by the libero, Gabby Edwards. Pretty once again. Hawks it. Big time block from Faith Miller of Pfeiffer. Point Falcons. So the Falcons off the Miller block. She's a sophomore middle blocker from Clover, South Carolina. Clover High School. Meanwhile, service here, it's Mayberry. Lance setting up Presley. Nice dig there from Halsey. Parkins. Pretty setting up Hoxett. There for the block was McGrath of the Falcons, and then the finish for Pfeiffer. Point Falcons. Nice crowd here, continuing to get more and more students throughout the evening, making their way from the Myers Dining Hall. Point Tornadoes. And just what the doctor ordered there, the Tornadoes able to get a stop. And service here for Caitlin Haggerty. Tornadoes 1 ace in this set. That came from Lance. Big hit there from Faith Miller, sails long. Point Nados. Point Tornadoes. 15-10 your score. Service from Haggerty. Just missing on that near sideline. Point Falcons. Checking in for the Falcons is Maddie Hinson. She was part of that original starting lineup. Also Daniela Balducci. Balducci will handle the service. Senior out of Monroe, North Carolina. It's an ace for Balducci. Point Falcons. And the Falcons continuing to chop into what was once a 6-point lead for the Tornadoes. 15-12 your score currently here, set number 1. Haggerty. Pretty. Here's Tamicki. Opportunity the other way for the Falcons. Nice job. The combination of Tamicki and Parkins. However, there's a net violation. The point will go to the Falcons. Point Falcons. 15-13 your score. Service from Balducci, her 3rd consecutive serve. Pretty. Presley, big hit. And that's going to be a point for the Tornadoes. Big time kill there from Caitlin Presley. Point Tornadoes. That'll bring up service for Jackson Tamicki. So Tamicki with the service. Point Falcons. So Pfeiffer able to earn back the service. 16-14 your score. Haggerty. Pretty. Here's Parkins. Point Falcons. And the Falcons continue to inch their way up. We've starting to get to that critical juncture of this opening set. 16-15 Tornadoes. Big hit there. Maddie Hinson, the senior. And the Falcons have come all the way back to tie it up 16-16. Point Falcons. Timeout on the court. Welcome back to the Boschmer Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuning in from. All tied up at 16. And coming out of the Brevard timeout, another point for Pfeiffer, who's now taking the lead. Point Falcons. Tornadoes led by 6 points earlier in this set. The Falcons have worked their way all the way back to now take a 17-16 lead. Presley, that's what the doctor ordered right there, folks. Caitlin Presley. Point Tornadoes. And just like that, we're all tied up at 17-17. Presley earned this service opportunity with that big-time kill. Lily White has checked back into the contest. She's the freshman from Maryland. Haggerty sends it over. Big dig there from Balducci. Here's Parkins. On the block was McGrath. Point for the Falcons. Point Falcons. 18-17 your score. Falcons on top. And a substitution as Carmen Ryan, freshman out of Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, Mount Pleasant High School, listed as a setter. She's going to handle the service. Lance. Setting up White that time. Now a save by Lance. Meanwhile, back the other way, Haggerty keeps it alive. One of the more compelling rallies we've seen so far. Big hit there. That was the freshman White. Here's Parkins. Continuing this rally, the longest of the match. Parkins somehow gets a hand on it to keep it alive. Now Lance sends it over. Pfeiffer keeping it alive on their side of things. Here's Hinson. Parkins with a hit. What a dig there. Unbelievable by Balducci. And Pfeiffer continues to send it over. What a rally this has been. Back and forth we go. Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. Perhaps the most compelling and longest rally we've seen in this 2023 season here at the Bosch. Point Tornadoes. And do want to mention on that last sequence, Bailey Lance hit the 1,000 dig mark. So congratulations, Bailey Lance. Now 19-18 Tornadoes. Finish there for Pfeiffer. Point Falcons. So all knotted up at 19. Bailey Lance sitting at exactly 1,000 digs. She becomes the 4th member of the 1,000 dig club in the NCAA era at Brevard College. Big congratulations to senior libero Bailey Lance. Point Tornadoes. Meanwhile, 2019 advantage. Point Tornadoes. Timeout on the court. So big time point there for the Tornadoes. And just like that, a 21-19 advantage. And congratulations once again, Bailey Lance hitting that 1,000 dig mark. timeout by the Falcons to try to ace there from Bailey Lance, first second of the contest. Another big serve there from Lance. Meanwhile, Parkins. Presley setting up Hoxett. White, Presley, Parkins. Ryan keeps it alive once again. What a dig there by Presley, meanwhile. And then the finish for Pfeiffer. Morgan Schrader, the captain. Point, Falcons. So a tight contest down the stretch here in this first set. Every point critical at this juncture. Parkins. Lance. Hoxett. Point, Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to get that service back, take a 22-20 lead with that last point. And service here for Pretty, and that's an ace. Tornadoes ace. So a 23-20 advantage. Tornadoes 2 points away from taking a 1-0 advantage. Pretty setting up Hoxett. Point, Tornadoes. Set point, Tornadoes. So a set point opportunity here. And the Logan Pretty service will continue. Tornadoes trying to finish off the set, and they do so with an ace. Tornadoes ace. Tornadoes win the first set, 25-20. mark, and currently at 1,001 digs, as we'll continue to keep that tally as well. But just a great overall first set for the Tornadoes, winning 25-20. Meanwhile, Pfeiffer, led by Maddie Hinson with 3 kills. Morgan Schrader, the captain, had 2 kills. Carmen Ryan led the way in the assist department with 2 assists, or check that, 4 assists. Mayberry and Edwards each with 2 assists. And leading the way defensively, Halsey and Edwards each with 5 digs. Balducci had 4 digs as well. Balducci also had an ace, as did Halsey. So that catches you up as we head to the second set. And Pfeiffer and Brevard will head into this second stanza here at the Bosch. Nice crowd. We've got some fans from Pfeiffer who've made the trip. Nice turnout of NATO Nation devotees as well. Students continuing to trickle their way in. Coming off a big homecoming weekend. Meanwhile, service from Pretty. Nice dig there from Parkins. Pretty keeping it alive. Parkins once again. Big hit there from Parkins. Dug up nicely by Hinson. Here's Presley. Hinson again with the dig. Mayberry setting up her teammate. Pretty now sets up Presley. Dug up there by Gabby Edwards, the libero, but the finish by the Tornadoes. Point, Tornadoes. So first point of the second set goes the way of the Brevard College Tornadoes under the direction of Abby Pardee in her second season. Pretty setting up Presley again. Nice job defensively by the blockers of the Falcons. Another block by the Falcons, but that's going to be too much power from Ashley Hoxett. Point, Tornadoes. And just like that, a 2-0 lead. The Tornadoes riding some nice momentum after closing out that first set 25-20. And that's a Tornado ace. Tornadoes ace. Tornadoes now ahead 3-0. Dug up there by Parkins. Hoxett with a big hit. Tamicki was there for the block. Tamicki was there once again, and that attack goes into the net, so the point will go to the Tornadoes. Point, Tornadoes. 4-0, Tornadoes. Lance, by the way, now up to 6 digs in the contest. Point, Falcons. Falcons able to wrestle away their first point of the match. Meanwhile, McKenna Parkins with 10 digs to go along with a kill. Tamicki. Tamicki trying to keep it alive somehow. And ultimately, that point will go to the Falcons. Point, Falcons. 4-2 your score. Second set here. Tornadoes up 1-0. Here's Schrader. Jump serve from Schrader, and that's an ace. Point, Falcons. Morgan Schrader, senior captain, listed as an outside hitter out of Matthews, North Carolina, Charlotte Christian High School. Parkins, Pretty. There's Presley. That hit's going to sail long. Brevard now with a 5-3 lead. Point, Tornadoes. Checking in to serve will be Caitlin Haggerty. Haggerty, the senior defensive specialist out of Raleigh, North Carolina, Rollsville High School. Jump serve from Haggerty. Putting that one away nicely was Henson. Point Falcons. And service for Gabby Edwards. Libero, sophomore out of Catawba, North Carolina. Pretty, setting up Parkins. Big hit from McKenna Parkins, ladies and gentlemen.
Point Tornadoes.
McKenna Parkins, the dual sport athlete, also a member of the women's basketball team, big star of that team as well. Senior out of nearby Marion, North Carolina. Parkins again in the finish. Back-to-back kills from McKenna Parkins.
Point Tornadoes.
McKenna Parkins, a very decorated student athlete here at Brevard College, has won all sorts of awards throughout her career. Back-to-back kills. Service continues for the Tornadoes. It's Tamicki with the serve. Rockstadt was there for the block, but it ricochets out of bounds. Point for the Falcons.
Point Falcons.
So some substitutes for the Falcons, and checking in to serve will be Jessica Leschko, senior out of Apex, North Carolina.
Point Tornadoes.
The Tornadoes able to win that point, up 8-5. And Caitlin Presley with the serve. Big hit there for Pfeiffer.
Point Falcons.
And checking in now for the Falcons, Madison Halsey, senior out of Wake Forest, North Carolina, with the service. On the back line for the Tornadoes, Lance, Haggerty, and Parkins. It'll be Parkins. Here's Presley. White.
Point Tornadoes.
So kill there for White, her first of the match. Exciting freshman out of Mount Airy, Maryland, South Carroll High School. Parkins now with the service for the NATOs. That'll sail long. Service error. Point for the Falcons.
Point Falcons.
9-7, Tornadoes on top, ahead 1-0 on a Wednesday evening at the Bosch. Presley setting up Hoxett. Presley now setting up Parkins. Dug up there by Halsey. And what a nifty finish there by Caitlin Presley.
Point Tornadoes.
Presley, so dangerous. One of those rare players that plays both setter and outside hitter. And she can find that open part of the court so well. Somehow Pfeiffer kept that in bounds, avoided the Tornado ace. Meanwhile, here comes Pfeiffer with an opportunity of their own. Presley setting up Hoxett.
Point Falcons.
So compelling rally there, ends up going to Pfeiffer. 10-8 your score. And checking in to serve will be Kylie Mayberry, junior out of Harmony, North Carolina, Statesville High School. Fans continuing to make their way here to the Bosch. Here's White. Parkins, Presley, Hoxett.
Point Falcons.
Falcons under the direction of Heather Shook. Shook in her first season. Parkins keeps that alive. Now to Mickey. Opportunity the other way for Pfeiffer. Just long. Point Tornadoes.
Point Tornadoes. Correction. Point Falcons.
So a late call there, ruling that it was off a hand of a Tornado defender. Hawks it. Presley to Mickey. Nicely done there. Bailey Lance digging it up. Here's White. Dug up nicely by McGrath. Here's Housey. Presley. And it's going to be a net violation on the Tornadoes.
Point Falcons.
Falcons have wiggled their way back into the lead here. 11-10 your score. Lance sends it over. Getting some textbook volleyball there. The finish from Faith Miller.
Point Falcons.
That was a rapid fire bump set kill by the Pfeiffer Falcons. Just like you draw it up. Meanwhile, here's White. In the finish from White.
Point Tornadoes.
Big time finish there from White, the freshman. Continuing to see her contribute more and more. Meanwhile, here's Logan Pretty. Pretty keeping an eye on her in that assist department. Now with 9 on the evening. Big hit there from Tamiki.
Point Tornadoes. Point Falcons.
To Mickey keeping it alive. Presley. Little battle for it at the net there, and Tornadoes are going to win that hand-to-hand combat.
Point Tornadoes.
Checking in is Caitlin Haggerty. To Mickey. Parkins. Haggerty sends it over. All tied up at 13. And slamming the door shut. The Falcons.
Point Falcons.
Service here for the Falcons is the libero, Gabby Edwards. Big hit there from Parkins.
Point Tornadoes.
Parkins has really come alive here in this second set. 3 kills in this set. And first time we've seen Kaylin Murphy, a service specialist for the Tornadoes. She can get that ace done. That's for sure. Dug up by Gamma. Point's going to go to the Falcons.
Point Falcons.
First set was tight for much of it. Tornadoes pulled away late for the 25-20 victory. Currently 15-14 Pfeiffer. We've seen some lead changes here in the second set. Service here from Leshko. And just a brilliant play there for the Tornadoes.
Point, Tornadoes.
Parkins and Rockstad combining for the improbable, the impossible, and somehow the Tornadoes able to win that point.
Point, Tornadoes.
And sort of strange how that happens, you know, a point for the Tornadoes in that kind of fashion. And just like that, the Tornadoes feel like have got some momentum. And that'll be long.
Point, Tornadoes.
As the Tornado flag flies. And fans here at the Bosch starting to get excited. Tornadoes up 17-15. Back to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Tornadoes forcing a Pfeiffer timeout after 3 consecutive points. A lot of energy suddenly in the building. Big service there from Presley.
Tornadoes ace.
And the Tornadoes ace from Presley, now 18-15. Oh my.
Point, Tornadoes.
So the Tornadoes now with 6 aces in the contest. And Presley and the Tornadoes have reeled off 5 straight points. We're trailing 15-14, then the finish by White make it 6 straight.
Point, Tornadoes.
Outstanding work by the club under the direction of Abby Pardee. Serve here from Presley. Has Pfeiffer back on their heels. Rockstad was there for the block. Now White trying to make it happen. Pfeiffer trying to somehow keep it alive. It's going to be another point for Brevard.
Point, Tornadoes.
A 7-0 run for the Tornadoes, storming ahead. The Presley service continues.
Point, Tornadoes. Timeout on the court.
So the Tornadoes an 8-0 run. As the Presley service has been a fruitful one. Presley with 5 kills, 2 aces, 4 assists, and 4 digs. One of the most versatile players you'll see in NCAA Division III. Can get it done in every statistical category, Caitlin Presley. McKenna Parkins with 5 kills and 12 digs, showing her versatility as well. Ashley Hoxton, meanwhile, the leading attacker for the Tornadoes with 6 kills. Logan Pretty, we're keeping an eye on her. She entered today with 987 career assists. She currently is sitting at 997, just 3 shy of hitting the 1,000 career assist mark. We already saw Bailey Lance eclipse the 1,000 dig mark. Will we see even more milestones this evening? Meanwhile, Tornadoes on an 8-0 run have opened up a 7-point lead, 22-15. Already ahead 1-0 for the match in sets. And the serve from Presley. Presley now using Lance. Hit there from Barkins.
Point, Tornadoes.
9 straight points for the Nados. One of the biggest runs we've seen all season. Parkins, another hit, and the finish.
Point, Tornadoes. Set point, Tornadoes.
A 10-0 run. The Tornadoes now 1 point away from taking a 2-0 lead in sets. Pfeiffer not done yet.
Point, Falcons.
Big hit there from Madison Tate. 6'1" middle hitter from Lexington, North Carolina. But the Falcons here on this second set are on life support, down by 8 set point opportunities for the Tornadoes. Here's White.
Point, Tornadoes. And the Tornadoes win the second set 25-16, ahead 2-0.
So Tornadoes win the first set 25-20 and then win the second set 25-16. And what was remarkable in this one, Pfeiffer led 15-14. Then the Tornadoes on a 11-1 run to finish off that second set. A big-time performance by the Nados. So the Nados now 1 set away from their second win of the USA South Conference schedule. McKenna Parkins, 7 kills, 12 digs. Ashley Hoxett, 6 kills. Caitlin Presley getting it done in every category imaginable. 5 kills, 6 assists, 2 aces, and 4 digs. Logan Pretty has 10 assists, 3 shy of the 1,000 assist mark. Bailey Lance with 8 digs has already gone over 1,000 digs for her career. What a night thus far for the Tornadoes. Now just 1 set away from taking this USA South Conference victory. Take a look at some numbers for the Pfeiffer Falcons. Schrader with 4 kills, Hinson with 7. Mayberry leading the way in the assist department with 8. And Halsey with 8 digs, also 7 digs for Edwards and 7 for Schrader as well. 3 aces for the Falcons as a team. Women's soccer is also in action this evening at Greensboro. And scoreless there, 19 minutes into the first half. So a exciting fall sports schedule continues across all the sports here at Brevard College. What a weekend. Women's soccer winning on Saturday morning. Brunch with the Tornadoes to get things started. And then the football team 37-35 and triple overtime over Maryville to cap off the homecoming in one of the more exciting football games you'll ever see in NCAA Division III action. Well, continuing to keep an eye on these milestones as Bailey Lance now with 8 digs. So she's well over 1,000 digs. Now 1,004 for her career. And we'll continue to keep an eye also on Logan Pretty. 10 assists, sitting at 997 career assists. Well, the Tornadoes heading into this third set. The libero for the Tornadoes, Bailey Lance checking in. So Pretty, Lance, Parkins, Hoxit, Tamicki, and Presley on the court for the Nados. That was not quite the original starting lineup because, of course, libero Bailey Lance checking in. Meanwhile, Pfeiffer will get things started here. Kylie Mayberry with the service. And we're back underway here at the Bosch. Pretty setting up Presley. Big hit there from Schrader. Here's Hoxit. Somehow saved by Mayberry.
Point Tornadoes.
Faith Miller was trying to get it done there for Pfeiffer. Point ultimately goes to the Tornadoes. Always great to see Mitchell Yoder in the house. Check out his work on Brevard College social media and at bctornadoes.com, handling a lot of the videography and digital media for the Tornadoes. Here's Pfeiffer once again. Dug up by Parkins. Big hit there for the Falcons. That's Schrader.
Point Falcons.
Kill number 5 on the evening for Morgan Schrader, and she'll be rewarded with a service opportunity. Dug up by Lance. Tamicki.
Point Tornadoes.
Tamicki with the finish, and now the service. Jackson Tamicki, sophomore out of Brandon, Florida, Bloomingdale Senior High School. Tamicki with the serve.
Point Tornadoes.
Tornadoes ahead 3-1.
Point Falcons.
Falcons able to earn back a point there. Early here in the third set, Tornadoes with a 2-0 lead in sets. Pretty.
Point Tornadoes.
Now, Presley with the service here. If you remember back in that second set, Tornadoes trailed 15-14. Then Presley came to serve, and watch out. An incredible run for the Tornadoes. 10-0 at one point. 11-1 run to finish off the second set and propel themselves into this third set. Nice dig there by Lance. Parkins with the hit. Finish there by Hinson.
Point Falcons.
Next up for the Tornadoes after this contest, a trip to Rocky Mount, North Carolina on the far other side of the state. USA South Conference tri-match action, match versus Southern Virginia, then also against the host, NC Wesleyan. Big hit there out, and that'll be a point for the Tornadoes.
Point, Tornadoes.
After that, a return to the Bosch. Mark your calendars for next Tuesday, October the 3rd. Tornadoes versus Greensboro right here, 6 p.m. at the Bosch.
Point, Falcons.
Madison Tate with that finish. And Falcons will make a substitution. Madison Halsey into the contest.
Point, Falcons.
So all knotted up at 5 here. Set number 3.
Point, Tornadoes.
Tornadoes with the big point there, and that'll bring the service back to the Nados, and Bailey Lance, member of that 1,000 dig club now, something you can never take away from her.
Tornadoes, ace.
And then Lance with the ace. That's her 4th of the contest. Check that, ace number 3. Dug up there by Parkins. Here's Presley setting up Hoxett. Opportunity here for the Tornadoes after the Falcons kept it alive. Here's White.
Point, Falcons.
So Falcons able to win that rally. Service here from Tate. Hoxett, big time finish.
Point, Tornadoes.
Ashley Hoxett. Junior outside hitter from Balsam Grove, North Carolina. Here's Logan Pretty. She already has 3 aces this evening. Hoxett keeps it alive nicely. Now Hoxett's going to bounce right back up to her feet, and with an attack there, here's Pretty setting up Hoxett. Kept alive, though, by the Falcons. Pretty again. And that's going to be another assist for Logan Pretty, who's now just 1 assist shy of the 1,000 mark.
Point, Tornadoes.
So Logan Pretty with the service. Now with 12 assists, just 1 shy of the 1,000 assist mark. Here's Pretty. Could it come right here? Opportunity for Pfeiffer.
Point, Falcons.
Pretty sitting at 999 on the career assist chart. Meanwhile, Kylie Mayberry with the service, junior setter. Here's Pretty.
Point, Falcons.
So that ricocheted off a Tornado, so the point will go to the Falcons. 9-8, Tornadoes on top. Set number 3, up 2 sets to 0. Parkins.
Point, Falcons.
9-9 your score, all tied up once again. Through the first 2 sets, we had 10 tied scores, 4 lead changes. Continuing to be tight here in set number 3.
Tornadoes.
So 10-9 your score. Caitlin Haggerty checking back in. Senior defensive specialist. And we just got official word on that last attack there. The assist was credited to Logan Pretty. That's assist number 1,000.
Point Falcons.
So big time congratulations to Logan Pretty, the junior setter, her 1,000th assist in her career. Just the 5th member of the 1,000 assist club on a night that Bailey Lance does it in the dig department. Pretty with the assist.
Point Falcons.
So big congratulations. What a career Logan Pretty's had. Junior setter from Greensboro, North Carolina, Grimsley High School. And she's hungry for more. You can see her dishing out those assists.
Point Falcons.
12-10 Falcons on top. Tornadoes would love nothing more but to finish this off in 3 sets. Falcons have other ideas. Haggerty. Pretty. Big hit there from Parkins. Parkins keeps it alive. Here's Pretty again. Goes backside to Presley. Credited another assist to Logan Pretty. She's come alive here in the distribution department.
Point Tornadoes.
Kaylin Murphy checks back in. Murphy, the senior out of Indian Trail, North Carolina. Great leadership ability here for these Tornadoes and very active in Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, here on the Brevard College campus. Here's Murphy. Pretty. Parkins. Credit another assist to Logan Pretty.
Point Tornadoes.
All tied up once again, 12-12. The serve from Murphy. Pretty. Presley, big hit.
Point Tornadoes.
Big time setup there from Presley, for Presley, from Pretty. And the Murphy service continues. Kill number 9 for Presley.
Point Tornadoes.
And Tornadoes on another run here, now a 14-12 lead here in this third set. The Murphy service has proved to be fortuitous. Tornadoes up 2-0. Serve from Murphy. That's going to be an ace.
Tornadoes ace. Timeout on the court.
So timeout on the court. The Tornadoes storming back ahead yet again, up 15-12 here in period number 3. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, 15-12 your score here in period number 3. The Kaylin Murphy service will continue. Tornadoes up 2-0. And the serve from Murphy. Pfeiffer trying to slow down this Tornado attack somehow. Presley, another big hit. Pretty keeping it alive. Now Murphy. Parkins. Murphy. Pretty. Parkins again.
Point Falcons.
So the Falcons were able to stop the bleeding there, stop the Tornado run, now cutting it to 15-13. Service here will come from the libero, Gabby Edwards. Where's the white jersey? Haggerty. Pretty, setting up Presley.
Point Tornadoes.
Presley's absolutely come alive here in this third set. She now has 10 kills on the contest, and she'll have a chance to serve here already with 2 aces in the match. For good measure, she has 4 digs and 8 assists as well.
Point Falcons.
(16-14), Tornadoes on top. Currently, White, Rockstad, Haggerty, Lance, Parkins, and Presley for the Nados. Here's Parkins.
Point Tornadoes.
Big hit there from Parkins. That's her 9th kill. 17-14. Service from Parkins. Here come the Falcons the other way. It's Hinson.
Point Tornadoes.
Credit the kill to White. Exciting freshman. One of the best matches of her young collegiate career. Somehow Presley keeps that alive, but just wide.
Point Falcons.
18-15 your score. This will be Madison Halsey with the service. Lance, Presley. White.
Point Falcons. Point Tornadoes.
So the Tornadoes able to stretch their lead to 19-16. And Bailey Lance will handle the service. She has 3 aces on the evening. However, that one will be an error.
Point Falcons.
Meanwhile, update from women's soccer on the road at Greensboro. Greensboro 1, Brevard 0 in the 39th minute.
Point Falcons.
Back-to-back points by the Falcons. Now a 19-18 lead for BC. Big hit there from Hoxett. The finish for Hoxett. Tornadoes first to 20.
Point Tornadoes.
And checking back in will be Logan Pretty. Now officially over the 1,000 assist mark. 17 assists on the evening for Pretty. What a night she's had. Hungry for more. Here's Presley.
Point, Tornadoes.
Tornadoes now 21-18.
Point, Falcons.
So Pfeiffer trying to stay alive in this contest, down 2-0, trailing 21-19 here in the set. Kylie Mayberry with the serve. Here's Pretty. Presley. Count it.
Point, Tornadoes.
22-19. Haggerty checks in for BC. A big hit there and a finish. That's what Pfeiffer needed. Faith Miller getting it done.
Point, Falcons.
Miller, the sophomore out of Clover, South Carolina. 22-20, NATO's on top.
Point, Tornadoes.
A service error there, and the Tornadoes inching closer, 2 points away from winning this in straight sets. Jackson Tamicki will do the honors out of Brandon, Florida, just outside of Tampa.
Point, Falcons.
Maddie Hinson, the senior outside hitter. Big delivery there for Pfeiffer. 23-21. Gabby Edwards with the service for the Falcons. Parkins. Here's Pretty. Presley, big hit.
Point, Tornadoes. Set point, Tornadoes. Match point, Tornadoes.
So it's set and match point at 24-21 here in the third set. Tornadoes up 2-0. Presley with the service.
Point, Tornadoes. And the Tornadoes win set number 3, 25-21, and win the set and the match. Tornadoes winning the match 3-0 over the Pfeiffer Falcons. Tornadoes won set number 1, 25-20, set number 2, 25-16, set number 3, 25-21. Now attention fans, earlier in that third set, junior setter Logan Pretty, she recorded her 1,000th assist of her career. She becomes the 5th member of the 1,000 Assist Club at Brevard College amidst the NCAA era. So in the same evening, Bailey Lance with 1,000 digs and Logan Pretty with 1,000 assists. Congratulations, Bailey Lance and Logan Pretty. And your final score, Brevard 3, Pfeiffer 0. Tornadoes volleyball back in action on Tuesday of next week. Hope to see you right back here at the Bosch, 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Your final score for the final time, Brevard 3, Pfeiffer 0. Go Tornadoes!
So what a night at the Bosch. Oh my. Tornadoes win in straight sets. We see a couple big milestones set. We were wondering if we would get to them this evening, and we most definitely did. As you heard the announcement over the public address, Logan Pretty with her 1,000th career assist, Bailey Lance with her 1,000th career dig. So both of them have eclipsed that milestone. Meanwhile, what an effort for the Tornadoes. winning in straight sets, 25-20, 25-16, and 25-21. Tornadoes getting it done in all sorts of ways. Let's start with Caitlin Presley. 13 kills, 11 assists, also 2 aces and 4 digs. Incredible all-around performance for Presley. Ashley Hoxett had 9 kills. Also McKenna Parkin, she really came alive in that third set. 9 kills to go along with 18 digs. That's the most on the team. Big day for the freshman Lily White. Outstanding performance for White early in her career. 7 kills, also a pair of digs. Ashley Hoxett, we mentioned her 9 kills. Jackson Tamicki with a couple of big plays in this one as well with 3 kills. There were a grand total of 9 aces for the Tornadoes as a team. Bailey Lance, Logan Pretty each had 3. Caitlin Presley had 2. And Kaylin Murphy had a ace as well. Bailey Lance with 13 digs. And the Tornadoes and Falcons battling here this evening at the Bosch. Now, do want to give some of the numbers for the Falcons as well. Hinson with 10 kills, Schrader with 8, Miller with 4, Tate with 4. Leading in the assist department with Mayberry with 15. Halsey led the team with 13 digs, also 11 digs from Mayberry. 3 aces in the match. Balducci, Halsey, and Schrader. Big-time performance for the Tornadoes. As sharp as we've seen the Nados all season long, and shows with the numbers we just described, and of course the final score, the 3-0 victory. So the Tornadoes able to finish this one off in 3 sets and take the win. So Tornadoes able to improve their record in this one. Their second win in USA South Conference play, now 2-3 in the conference, 4-7 overall. Pfeiffer drops to 5-6, 1-5 in the USA South Conference. Well, hope you can join us for some more Tornado action as Brevard's volleyball team, after a trip to Rocky Mount, North Carolina this weekend, will be back in action on Tuesday, October the 3rd, 6 p.m. versus Greensboro. There's a pair of soccer games this weekend. You can check those out either live here at Islamel Family Field or on this YouTube channel. And also JV football on Sunday as well. So continue to follow the Tornadoes all season long. If you haven't done so already, follow the Tornadoes across social media, whatever your preferred platform may be, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find the Tornadoes there. And then also right here on this YouTube channel, if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you receive all the notifications when the Tornadoes go live. Well, what a night here at the Bosch. A lot of excitement. Congratulations to both Bailey Lance and Logan Pretty, both eclipsing that 1,000 mark in their respective specialties. Bailey Lance now with 1,009 career digs. Logan Pretty now with 1,006 career assists and counting for each of those. We'll continue to keep an eye on Caitlin Presley, meanwhile. She's inching up in the assist department as well. So we'll continue to keep an eye on her throughout this 2023 campaign. But a feel-good win for the Tornadoes on their home court. And you can see the excitement of the fans down there continuing to congratulate the Tornadoes and enjoy this victory. Well, I want to thank all those behind the scenes who helped make this broadcast happen. Our producers, Justin Espino, also Melody Ferguson, helping us with production and a lot of the statistical information in this one. Joseph Marvin, Sports Information Director, handling all the numbers. Also Roya Tomasabi helping out as well. And also the Brevard College softball student-athletes, a big part of the production behind the scenes for the volleyball matches. Well, that'll do it for those of us here at the Bosch, and for all of you that were able to tune in this evening. We really appreciate it. Continue to follow the Tornadoes all season long. Your final score for the final time. Brevard sweeps Greensboro, or check that, sweeps Pfeiffer. Got Greensboro on my mind. That's up next for the Tornadoes. And also Tornadoes women's soccer at Greensboro. Do want to sneak in one update there. Greensboro 1, Brevard 0. But your final score for now, the final time, Brevard 3, Pfeiffer 0. Go Tornadoes.